I'm sorry, I gotta put Mario Odyssey down for at least 1 minute because we have to take a look at something that's coming up. But man, I'm up against it right now with Mario Odyssey, and then I had Assassin's Creed sent over, so I'm pretty busy right now with some of these games. But there's something interesting that's popped up. Now, we talked about how Sony is having their Paris games week next week, starting Monday. They're going to do their live stream. And I talked about it. We'll do a full live stream for it and everything, have some fun. And I wasn't really expecting much, right? I was like, all right, maybe they'll show some little things here. It's not going to be like a big show or anything. Not a ton's going to happen. However, okay, it looks like a few things will be happening there, which is extremely interesting because there are a couple games that I would like to know more about or even see announced there. And I'm sure you guys have a bunch that you would like to see announced, so let me know down in the comments what you might be looking forward to here. But this was posted on their PlayStation blog, just kind of giving us a little preview, a little sneak peek about what we can expect from this live stream. Now, according to the post they put out, about an hour before the press briefing starts, they give us a time of 8 a.m. Pacific time or 11 a.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure if that's when the live stream for the new game starts or if that's just when their press briefing begins. I know last time, which was like the live stream they did before in Japan, for I think it was Tokyo Game Show, they did like a whole thing like an hour before, and then I watched it, and I think they did it for E3 as well, and then I watched their press briefing, so I might just check it out a little early to see if that's the case, and then start earlier if I need to, like around 10 a.m. Eastern time. Otherwise, though, it'll just start at 11 a.m. Eastern as I was already planning. But what's interesting here is, in that hour before their big press briefing, it's going to be an introductory live stream that's going to really show off 21 games. It's like a 21-game update. So we're going to, I assume, see some of the games that we already know about, and they're going to go into more detail. Stuff like, I assume things like their big ones, Spider-Man, God of War, for example. And like I would love to see something about The Last of Us 2, since we're still kind of left wondering what's going on there. And I do know Uncharted and everything is all finished now, so it's probably full speed ahead on The Last of Us 2 at this point. And I'd like to see a little more about that, but they're also going to show, according to them, 7 all-new games, like 7 brand new games we don't know anything about. So we're going to have 7 new announcements that's going to encompass PlayStation VR and the PlayStation 4. So we're going to have new announcements for the PS4 and the VR. So it's going to be 7 that are going to be broken up. So maybe like 4 and 3 or 5 and 2, or maybe it's all VR. I don't think that's the case because otherwise they probably wouldn't hype it up, since I know VR is popular with some people, but realistically, the amount that are out there, there's not a massive audience yet. They're doing the right thing by slowly building it up. And then they even went as far as to say on their official PlayStation Twitter account, E3 was only half the story. So they are kind of building this up to be a continuation of E3, where we saw some pretty cool stuff like Shadow of the Colossus, which we might see here as well. That would be pretty cool. They might even kind of show off some more of Monster Hunter World maybe, although I think we've seen a lot of that game already, and it's coming up pretty quick, so I don't really know if they need to spend more time on that game. And then, according to their blog, after the presentation, the live stream, they're going to spend more time diving deeper into the big announcements. That's what they said on their blog, so we might see more write-ups and stuff of some of these big announcements. I'm pretty excited about this because there are a few things I'd like to see, but keep in mind, their PlayStation experience is a little over a month after this, so I don't think they're going to announce anything like massive, nothing earth-shattering, but there's still third parties that could show up here and just take advantage of really the time being pretty good around 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern, and maybe just get the press ahead of their PlayStation experience. For example, Capcom could show up there with something. I would love to see. There's this rumored Resident Evil 2 remake that is just being thrown around forever now, and we still have not seen it. I would love to see it be announced here. Just something new from Capcom. I know it's technically a remake, but it's not a port, right? We assume it's a full remake of Resident Evil 2, and it would be going, I assume, to PlayStation and maybe like the Switch and the Xbox and PC. But of course, PlayStation would be showing it first here on their big stage. Now, is something like Bloodborne 2 going to be there? I don't know. I would love to see it there. But I feel like that could be something they could hold off for PlayStation experience, because I think that would get people really excited. I don't really know what else they would show here. They have 7 games that are brand new game announcements. Anyone can guess. I have no idea what could show up for the PlayStation VR. It could be anything. It could be little games. They need big games for the PSVR, something that has some name recognition, right? That can really push that accessory forward and that piece of hardware, because they will continue to build on the PlayStation VR. It's definitely in its infancy stages here, so they need something bigger for that. But I am curious what you guys think about this event coming up. Do you think we're going to see anything really big? Do you think we'll just see more of what we already know about and then some smaller game announcements? Could those 7 announcements be like a lot of smaller things? Because they say it's E3 kind of continued. So we could see, I assume we'll see God of War, because that's kind of really the next big thing that's up for Sony themselves. And then I assume Spider-Man would be next. So we might see more about Spider-Man since they are pushing that heavy. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Maybe there's a game I didn't mention that you would like to see announced here that you think is in the works. Or maybe you're thinking, oh, maybe they'll do something else with the Crash, them and Activision or whatever. Maybe does more with Crash Bandicoot, or who knows. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Very curious. And definitely join me for the live stream. I will be streaming out as soon as they go live. If it really is an hour before the 11 a.m. time, then it would be 10 a.m. But if they're talking about the actual event starting at noon for me, and it's 11 a.m. Eastern time, I'll be starting before then as well. So definitely come on by. Hopefully we'll see some brand new games. I need to get back to Mario Odyssey, guys. I'll see you next time.